Hey guys, it's Dana from MadeEveryday.com. I know you guys love to sew circle skirts, and I'm gonna show you a little tip to make your world go round. Ooh. It's really fun to sew things in a circle because it gives it that great twirl factor to your skirt or your dress or a little top. But it can be challenging at times to hem your circle perfectly all the way around and make sure that everything is even. So let's cut out a circle and I will show you a little tip. I've already cut out a piece of fabric here to make a circle skirt. And when you are hemming on a curve, it's better to use a smaller kind of narrow hem because you are taking a large circumference of fabric into a smaller area. If you did a really wide hem, it just gets kind of like folded and funky looking. So you would typically fold it under about 1/4 of an inch, press it all the way around, and then you would fold it over another 1/4 of an inch and press it all the way around. But as I was saying, it can be hard to make sure that you are being so precise as you go around, unless you're using a ruler. So what we're going to do instead is first sew a 1/2 inch wide line all the way around our skirt, and that will help us when we press it under. So let's go to our machine. I've already threaded my Baby Lock sewing machine, and I'm going to increase my stitch length over here to a 4 because we're sewing kind of a basting stitch, which just means kind of a placeholder when we're sewing. So come over here to your machine, and you want to use a 1/2 inch seam allowance. So find on your throat plate where that 1/2 inch mark is. I can see mine right there. If you're never sure exactly on your machine, take a little ruler and just measure everything out perfectly from where your needle is to where the marking is. Okay, I'll do a forward and back stitch, not really necessary here, but then you're gonna sew all the way around. Now when you're working with woven fabrics sewing on a curve like this, it's great because you can just kind of manipulate it with your hands as you go. If this was a knit fabric, you would want to be a little careful that you're not pulling and tugging on the fabric as you go. Okay, and if you find that you are going too fast, just, slow your speed control down over here, and it might be a little nice to go slow here so that you are as precise as you can be. Okay, I'm back to where I started. Do a little back stitch, cut my threads. I love that cutting feature on my Baby Lock. Okay, now we're gonna head to our iron. Now we're going to use that line that we just sewed as a marker to help us press all the way around. So fold it over so that about 1/8 of an inch is showing, so I can see that line right there, the stitching line. And I'm going to start pressing it in place. And as I go, I just kind of keep feeding it around. And as you can see, some of this fabric is kind of getting folded over itself, but that is okay, it's on the inside, so we won't see that once it's sewn in place. But what this is doing is creating a perfectly consistent hem all the way around, which I know I was talking about eyeballing things, but on a circle, I'm not always the best at that. So keep going. This is a great technique to use on so many different things that have a curved edge, not even a complete circle, but just, the bottom of a dress that might be cut on the curve. And if you're not sure how to cut fabric on a curve, I have a great video. You can check out my other tip about that. Okay, we made it all the way around. Now you can see here, that is actually going to be our hem right there. So now what you want to do is to tuck these little pieces under. So, let's see if I can show you here. Just kind of taking the edge, tucking it in, and then press that in place. And you'll find a method that works for you. If it works to do it like this, great. If it works to do it this way, just, play around with it and find your groove. And this doesn't always, I can't say this is a tip that really saves time. It probably takes me just as long to do it this way as, kind of measuring but I just think that it's a much more precise tip. And it's kind of a new tip to me. My friend shared this with me and I was really excited because, well, no matter how many years you've been sewing, it's always fun to learn a new tip. Okay, I'm gonna keep going all the way around and then we'll go sew this in place. The great thing about this method is that I don't even have to pin anything. It's pressed and it's ready to go. And now we're just gonna sew it in place. I am using a 1/4 inch seam allowance here. Do a forward and back stitch. And let's just go around. Okay, I'm done here. Do a back stitch. You'd want to press this just one more time to make sure that everything is nice and flat. But you've got an awesome even hem all the way around. Now I am going to combine this with a little glittery elastic to make a tiny little circle skirt. You can see more about that on my video about how to sew circle skirts. I'll sew that up and I'll show you how it looks. And oh my gosh, is that not the tiniest little circle skirt? It is seriously so cute. It's for my daughter's little doll, and I think she's gonna love it, especially if she wears it with her matching glitter band cat skirt. I'm gonna go see what she thinks. For more ideas and tutorials, you can check out my website, madeeveryday.com. And for all of your sewing machine needs, head to babylock.com, where it's all for the love of sewing. I will see you next time. Bye.